Oh, I'm definitely gonna let you know what this was all about. So what you're seeing there are thousands and hundreds of wasps. But like I said, let's watch this video and see what happens. It's pretty crazy. All right, here's what we're about to talk about today. So, a lot of people ask me, how do I bag yards up, and I don't have a bagging system. So, there are bagging systems for this mower, but the one that was out when I first bought this mower, she was like, it's really annoying to put together. I won't be able to fit it in my trailer if I have it on there. It was a big step just to get it to put on. It's kind of one of those put it on, leave it on, but I'm not going to bag up every yard that I have. So I thought I'd show you guys real quick how I go about bagging properties without having a bagging system. But I get about 95% of the grass off the ground. I really don't have much grass when I leave. I've been using this system for a long time. It works really well. If you see there's wasps everywhere in this video, you'll see them flying by and the camera and stuff, but that's another story I'm gonna tell you in a minute. But all right, so what I do is, as you can see, the grass is really tall right now. And I can cut it, but it's gonna lay down, and then next week when I come out there, it's gonna look like it's gonna be all brown and nasty. Now some people just get the backpack blower and they'll blow it, but that's if it chops up in fine pieces. See, this grass right here is so tall, it doesn't cut it up in small pieces. I mean, it's a lot of grass. So what I do is I go over it. Usually I go over it twice. That's like the most I do it. I'm not trying to double cut the whole entire yard, so if you can tell like where the troubled area is, like where it's really tall, hit it up twice. I'm not saying the whole entire yard, just like where it's really thick. So I'll do it the second time right now. And on here it may look like, oh, it doesn't need to be bagged, but there's a lot of grass on the ground, and I don't like when you're walking in your backyard, you're walking on grass and you're tracking it back in the house. So we're getting there. This mower cuts pretty nice. I have it really low. I actually cut this property a little lower than usual, but it turned out really nice. So once we get all this rest of this little chunks up, I'm gonna show you what I started doing. So what I do is I start making small circles. Like, so right now I would like kind of overlook the whole property, and I'm like, okay, so like I could do like 4 circles. All right, so I go over there and I just start going around and around and around. And people probably think I'm crazy, but this is how I do it. This is how I've always done it with no bagging system. And you can see, boom, look at the grass. Boom, 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 boom. And I come over here and hit it up again. And people probably think I'm crazy running in circles, and they're like, well, you're going to mess up the lines or whatever. We don't get much lines out here in Georgia, so it's not messing up nothing. But watch when it's done. Watch when I'm done. It's going to look pretty sweet. And like I said, it's a little labor, but I mean, I just don't want to put that big old bulky grass catcher on here yet, because I'm pretty confident they'll make something a little bit more convenient. But till then, I can always just get a packing rack and just put it on the side. But I'll get to you in a minute. Okay, now that I got everything cut, I got all the circles together. I go grab a tarp and a rake, and we head out. Like I said, this is how I've been picking up grass for the 5 years I've been doing grass, and you just literally just throw it on there. Another good tip is make your circles and go weed whack around the house. Go do all your weed whacking. Let them circles stay there. They're not gonna imprint on the grass. They're not gonna make circles in your grass. But right now that grass is wet. It's hot out right now, but trust me, that grass was wet. So what you're doing is when you're letting it sit out there, it's kind of drying up, and it won't be as heavy too once you let it dry out. Usually it's like nice and green when you cut it, but once it dries out, it turns brown. When it's brown, you'll be like, you weed whack your whole house, and then you look back, you're like, oh, it's brown. Perfect. You go out there, it literally just fluffs right onto the tarp, and you can drag it anywhere. All the piles you see I picked up, it doesn't take that long to do it, and you basically use it like a dustpan. Like, spread the tarp out, put the edge near it, and then rake it to it. Now, don't work hard. So once you do that, bring the tarp to the pile, and then just rake it back up. Bring the tarp to the pile, rake it up, boom. I've had people literally rake a whole pile over to the tarp. Like, it takes seconds to pick the tarp up. It takes seconds to pick this grass up. And this is how I do it without having a bagging system. Like I said, it works. I can't complain. I have no issues with it. I mean, it's not like, oh, it's going to kill me, back breaking. I mean, it takes me seconds. Literally, boom, right there, dump it in the woods. That's where they asked for it to be dumped. And then I'm done. I take the mower, I do a final cut, property done. I charge them for a double cut. And I know I said usually I'll weed whack and then go over there and get the piles. But I did a little bit different today. But yeah, this is one of my houses that my realtor is selling. It's a really lovely home. Definitely wouldn't mind having it. But like I said, future comes, you never know what's in store. But let's just finish this out. And this house turned out pretty damn nice. Pretty dang nice. Sorry about that. Okay, so you guys remember the bees and the wasps in the beginning of the video? So right here is where all the wasps were. I'm going around it, and then bam, right there. Now there's no wasps at all. You guys seen the beginning of the video? They were everywhere. I literally went around the whole entire thing. No wasps. I get inside. I start cutting it. No wasps. I think God had my back because I was in there cutting it and I ran out of gas. So I had to go back and get some gas. So I'm in there, look at, boom. I'm in there, there's no wasps, nothing. I'm trying to make the metal straight, I'm shaking it, there's still no wasps. I didn't even think about wasps, I'm just trying to get the grass cut. So I go inside, alright, I'm inside, and I mean, I'm all over the place in there. No wasps, still no wasps. And you guys seen, they were swarming everywhere. So my conclusions were they were inside this pipe. And I was just disturbing them. And they were inside the chicken coop. They were everywhere. Like when I came back from putting gas in the weed whacker, the wasps were all over the place. All over the chicken coop. All over the ground. Like the ground was moving. It was insane. Like right now, I'm right where they all were at. So I don't know where they're at or if they're in the tube, like scared of my big butt. Right, so I'm still trying to get in there and it's just not hacking down because it's so wet. Like I honestly want to move it. So then I'm in there. Now, if them wasps would have came out right now, I'd have been screwed. I'd have been tagged up. I think I can see them. Well, anyways, ran out of gas. So I'm like, okay, let me get some gas. And then when you came back, the wasp from the beginning is what you've seen. So it's got to blow out the driveway. The house turned out pretty good. And that's how you bag. That's how you bag up a property, with using nothing but a tarp, a rake, and doing a couple donuts. So I'll talk to you later. This Triple D's Lawn Care. If you've been with me this long, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends. Maybe anyone you know trying to make a small business. Make sure you push them my way. I'll guide them in the best way I can. And if I don't know answers, I know people who have answers. So together, we'll just make an awesome, beautiful lawn care community. I'll talk to you later. This is Triple D. This house is definitely Triple D approved.